Hey guys, so I recently got back from Austin this past weekend to celebrate my birthday. Recently just turned 28, pretty exciting. But with every passing year, I always have this sudden onset of existential dread, and I'm going to talk about that today. So, the last few years, I've been slowly watching all my friends get engaged, married, have children, and buy a house, have more kids, get a ton of animals, just all the normal stuff that I guess you're supposed to do once you hit your early and mid 20s. And I feel like I've just been watching through a window at their lives. And it's really strange because I honestly have zero desire to do any of those things right now. I don't feel that it's necessary to get married, and I don't feel the biological urge to have children. Don't get me wrong, I love kids. They're super fun and entertaining and probably too honest, but that's fine. It's all right that you called me fat. I guess being in the background watching all my friends and normal people do all those things makes me feel kind of odd, or like I'm getting left behind. But I know I shouldn't necessarily feel that way. I know everyone lives their life at their own pace, and that's perfectly fine. But it's kind of dreadful when I have to keep reminding myself of that, because in the past, if you would always hear, oh, well, what's wrong with her? Why isn't she married or have kids? Clearly she has some kind of crazy issue that makes her extremely undesirable, and no one wants to tolerate that in their lives. And I don't think I have any crippling issues that would be a deal breaker for anyone. But so with all those things happening and with me observing from the background, it just made me wonder what's next for me. And it's really odd. So I heavily rely on structure. I absolutely loved school because I knew exactly what I was doing. I knew 4 more years till I graduate high school, 4 more years until I graduate university. After that, I get a career and do whatever. And now that career / whatever phase is honestly mostly just whatever. And it's really odd. What do I do? Is this right? Do I get an award? Do I have something that shows hey, I am surviving adulthood just fine and I am excelling at it maybe? I don't know. And I guess I need someone to constantly tell me oh yeah, you're doing great. That's fine. Here's a paper that says that you did those things. But that's not how real life works, obviously. So the last 5 years, I've kind of, not just aimlessly, but I feel like I've just floated on through life. And that's not necessarily bad. I feel that everything I've experienced has been wonderful and extremely beneficial to me. Sorry, itchy throat. So I don't want to diminish any of my own experiences. I feel like everything that I've gone through and done has been very developmental and beneficial for me. Regardless of whether it being good or bad, I feel like I've learned from everything, and it helps sharpen my decisions for the future. And I don't know, I guess what I'm really craving is something like a list or an agenda of okay, cool, Joyce, you've done X, Y, and Z, and now you're gonna go on to do this, this, and this. But I don't know what those next 3 things are. I don't feel that those next steps are to get married, have kids, and buy a house. I guess I just need meaning in my life, or something to look forward to other than just my regular 40-hour work week, working out, hanging out with people, shooting the shit, and I don't know. But I guess what it all boils down to is I am just floating on through space, and I don't know if this is right or not. And I don't mean to say that in a depressive manner or anything. I firmly want to exist, but I just wish I had more purpose, I guess. And everyone I've talked with, they've all said that their family is what defines them and gives them purpose. But I don't necessarily have that when my family is physically 3,900 miles away from me, and the closest thing I have to family right now is my boyfriend, his family, and my 2 dogs and my cat. And that's not necessarily bad. I probably have, actually no, I do know that I have more than most people, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm getting at, guys, but pretty much I don't want to diminish my own experiences by saying like, oh, I have no purpose in life, so everything I've done thus far has no meaning. Like, I am proud of the things that I have under my belt. What the fuck? That's weird. What I'm getting at is, I guess I am pretty thankful that I am able to exist and function as an adult relatively well. By no means is what I'm saying an original thought. Tons of people feel this way too, and I'm probably going to go into my 30s and 40s still wondering what the fuck I'm doing. But that's what honestly terrifies me the most, is I literally am like, okay, cool, what's next? Like, do I just keep working, getting stuff, traveling, and then I die? Like, is that it? And am I going to be happy with that at the end of the day? And I know I should just go with the flow and be happy about what I do have now, and be happy that I am able to do all these things and experience these things. But it's just really odd. Like, am I going to look back on this and be like, oh, even though I can say that I was an okay adult, like, will I have regrets? I don't know. Well, anyways, if you too are experiencing existential dread and are terrified of spiraling out of control and wondering what you exist for, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe. No, I'm just kidding. That's awful. Well, thanks for listening to my incoherent rambling, as usual. I know this wasn't necessarily as entertaining to listen to or watch, but it's just something that I wanted to get off my chest, because it is genuinely something that I think about relatively often, and having my birthday this past weekend was a solid reminder of like, okay, cool, what now? All right, bye.